In fact, they're the furthest south. Good job, Pencil. Hi friends, it's Ebony, and today we're going to look at Pencil's first home. It was the Reptile One Your First Hatchling Kit. I keep calling it my first reptile kit, so bear with me.
So this was Pencil's first house when I brought her home. She lived in here for about 6 months, and I brought her home when she was about 7 months old. This is the Reptile One Your First Hatchling Kit, with some modifications.
For any beginners out there, please make sure you know what temperature your reptile needs before moving your new friend in here. Diamond pythons are cool weather pythons. In fact, they're the furthest south species of python in the world, so they don't exactly want it hot. But the 5-watt heat mat that comes as part of this kit wasn't enough to keep the enclosure at temperature, especially during winter. The fact that the whole roof is mesh probably doesn't help much either, but I went and bought a separate 7-watt heat mat, which, with the help of a book on the top of the enclosure, helped to keep it at temperature. So just keep that in mind if you are going to buy this kit. That's not to say that I don't use this 5-watt heat mat. Pencil likes to come on tours and excursions to offices and things like that. So what I do is I take this with me. It's small, it's easy, and I can just plug it into a wall somewhere, and that helps to keep Pencil warm while she's out of her enclosure.
Here is the enclosure that comes as part of the kit. It's actually a great little enclosure. 3 glass sides for ultimate viewing of your new baby. It's super easy to clean, and it's got little plastic feet to allow for a gap between the base of the enclosure and the heat mat. I did find that the water dish that came with this kit to be too small for Pencil, particularly once I realised that her favourite thing to do after a feed is have a soak. So I upgraded her fairly quickly to this little dish here. It's just a base for a small terracotta pot. It was super cheap, about $1 or $2 from Bunnings, matches nicely with her terracotta pot that she likes to hide in. Look at all that terracotta. It's a bit Tuscany, isn't it? That actually wasn't my intention. Terracotta is a great insulator. That's why I chose a terracotta pot. It was just a cheap little pot from Bunnings again. It already had a small drainage hole in the bottom, and I just used a drill to enlarge the hole so she had plenty of room to get in and out. She does love it in there, and often hides in there, even still. This log came as part of the Reptile One pack. Pencil is a big fan of this one.
The kit also comes with a nano snake hook and multi-purpose tongs. I've used the hook maybe once or twice, including this time. I just really prefer to be hands-on with Pencil, but it does extend out quite nicely if you do want to use that one. And I have always used the multi-purpose tongs for feeding Pencil. I just don't particularly want her to mistake my fingers for food. As a substrate, I used chips. This stuff has been great. It's super easy to scoop up any little messes you find and easy to tip out the whole thing and refresh when it's time for a full clean. You like that stuff, don't you, Pencil? It's nice and soft too. It was pretty cheap as well. I think it was about $20 for a 2-kilo bag, or around about that. It's also great because it changes colour when it gets wet. So when your little friend does a piddle, it's easy to find and clean out. Probably don't get in there now though, Pencil. So, all in all, this kit isn't perfect and it could be slightly misleading for first timers. However, it is a great starting point and you can make it work quite nicely. My biggest recommendation for beginners with Australian pythons, get this book, Keeping and Breeding Australian Pythons. It was a massive help to me and very clearly lays out everything you need to know to keep your new friend happy and healthy, from feeding to temperatures to UV lighting is all in this book. And it covers 20 Australian pythons, so I'm sure you'll be able to find your friend in there. If you've got any questions about the kit, or anything else for that matter, leave a comment below, give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and we'll be back again in a fortnight, so we'll see you all then. Where are you going, Pencil? Who knows?